Good morning, this is Raymond to do a reaction video about a movie regarding the ills of society. The movie that I picked for this output is entitled The Pursuit of Happiness, which is directed by Gabriel Mosino and was released on the 14th of March 2007. This film is based on the true story of a man named Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner is a single father of his son named Christopher. Because of their financial difficulties, Chris and his wife named Sherry will often fight in front of their son. His wife left the family and Chris is the only one who can raise his son. Chris only gets paid for selling portable bone density machines, but since doctors have told him that those devices are becoming irrelevant in their offices, he doesn't sell much compared to what he used to. Having the lesser amount of money means he had his son enrolled in a Chinese-owned kindergarten, which is cheaper than the others and only let their kids watch throughout the entire time without studying. Eventually, both had to be kicked out of their apartment where they became homeless and had to spend the night everywhere, even the subway's toilet room. Despite their condition, Chris still managed to apply as a basic stockbroker at a company near them. In the end, all of Chris's hard work came to fruition when his position elevates. After that, Chris managed to own his company, making him a millionaire. This film is a rap-to-riches story that categorizes the films having ills of society as their theme. This movie is arranged in a linear fashion of timeline, so expect the scenarios to be arranged chronologically. In contrast to the title containing the word happiness, it is filled with struggles and hardships that will definitely make the viewer sad. Its plus driving force is poverty, so we could say that the type of conflict for this movie is man versus society. Chris Gardner is a hardworking, mindful, and smart man. He is a dedicated dad and an ambitious employee. Chris has all that it takes to be happy and successful. Nevertheless, his luck appears to always be against him. Through everything, Chris tries to be positive about his future. The main character of the story has determination and diligence that makes it possible to carry himself to success, or what is known as a happy ending. Without these traits, Chris would still be homeless and hopeless about the future of himself and his son. The vast majority in the situation of Chris Gardner would simply give up. In any case, Chris demonstrates that you can live being homeless, unsuccessful, and unhappy and turn out to be actually the opposite. Not exclusively did Chris Gardner live being homeless, yet he likewise turned himself into a self-multimillionaire. He did the majority of this while still being a single parent. In my opinion, I think all dads should be as hardworking and dedicated as Chris Gardner. To those kind of dads, I salute them for being a strong and loving image to their son and daughters. I think this movie instills a good message, especially those who are suffering as much as Chris did. It tells that in life, it is important to never give up on our dreams no matter what obstacles we face. But sometimes, it is possible to feel tired and be emotional about the struggles, because it is normal and it is okay, as these are some of the things that make us human. Also, right when you achieve something that you've worked hard for, it makes you feel good inside. It is better to settle for a moment and continue fighting than to stop and later be filled with regret. We can see this scene right after when his wife Sherry left Chris. Sherry didn't have faith and patience towards Chris' ability to get their status up again. As a result, Sherry remained as a worker who has a minimum wage that is far from Chris's because he's a millionaire. This also applies to my uncle who went cheating on another girl, and after some time, his wife got rich, and my uncle is left to live as a worker on 7-Eleven. Another thing I've noticed in the film, the title is The Pursuit of Happiness, and the happiness happens to replace the letter I with a letter Y. That word, happiness with a Y, is based on the name of the kindergarten that the son of Chris Gardner goes into. My interpretation is that happiness isn't always what you expected it to be, but rather, it comes in various forms that we should all be contented with. Like Chris, no matter what situation he is in, he never abandoned Christopher because his son alone can give him the happiness he needs to be motivated in their daily lives. Learning to appreciate one's presence, even if you're in an imperfect situation, is the true definition of success and happiness. Overall, this movie helped me realize some of the struggles of our society and how affected people cope with them to continue living. We must acknowledge this because our life is just a pinch of salt from the jar of history, and we must enjoy it while we still can. That concludes my report, and I wish us all the best.